Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me today on the Daily Reflection. Today we will be using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot and meditation moment. It's really interesting looking at expectation and belief. Specifically looking at when you want to visualize or create something and what your brain can logically see as a possibility and prove to itself and all that. But then when you put yourself in the picture, sometimes there's like a huge layer of resistance, and it's like, well, what is that? What is that resistance? And for me today, I was looking at some resistance, and it was really just an interesting, in this case for me, it was an interesting belief that certain members of my family had about what is possible to do and support yourself with as a career, what is not possible, and so when I was dreaming and visualizing how I want my career and my life to go, logically I could lay it all out, but when I put myself in it, there was this resistance, that judgment. Just I call it more resistance energy, because I could just feel myself being like, yeah, but there was more of that energy of yeah, but. And then when you look at it and you figure out where it comes from, what is that yeah, but, and I can be like, well, that belief isn't mine. And then I could unmatch from it and, choose, kind of show that energy, my own belief, and move it out of my space and recenter. And so it's just interesting, though, how many times in the past year I've noticed that difference between what I can conceptualize and then what I can energize with my feelings. And so I was just looking at that in meditation today, and I hope that gives you an aha or interesting thing to contemplate or look at within your own space, what you're creating. Because again, today is the second of the wish days this month, and depending on who you talk to, it might be slightly more or less strong than than yesterday's, but and that just means that the energy is available to support you in manifesting your dreams easier. It doesn't mean that it won't happen on the other day, like, oh, this is it, you missed it. No, it's not like that. It just means that today there happens to be an extra influx of energy towards creating what you're desiring. So I hope you can take advantage of it, but if not, don't beat yourself up on it. All right. Okay, so today's card is the Four of Swords. This is typically a card that indicates it's time to take a break, time to take a rest, time to chill out, pull back. What I'm seeing clairvoyantly with this is the four energy is very strong. That foundation, that structure, and yes, in many ways it matches taking a mental break. But I see it more strongly as stepping back from drama or a situation that's going on. Sorry, I'm getting lots of information here. Stepping back from drama or a situation that you're currently seem to be just always struggling against. And certainly you could just keep up that struggle, but what I'm seeing is that struggling is not moving you forward. Struggling against it is actually firmly holding you in place to where you can't move. It's kind of like when deer lock horns and they can't break away from each other, and neither one is winning, neither one is losing. In fact, sometimes they die exhausted because they can't break away from that. So this card is heavily indicating to step back and to just take a break from that situation, take a break from that argument, take a break from, it looks like for most of you it's more of a standpoint of argument or point of view. And just, you don't have to convert or convince anybody of anything. And if you find yourself in a struggle to always do that, if you feel like you're always coming up against that, then it's time to not even engage in that conversation or that moment. Just allow it to be separate, set aside. And instead focus on focus on setting yourself up for success. Focus on getting all of your tools arrayed on the workbench. Sorry, that was the image. Getting tools set up on the workbench so you're ready to work. Get yourself ready for the next steps instead of being distracted by the fight and the disagreement and the struggle. Just disengage from that because that's probably not the path you're going to go down anyway. So get yourself set up and ready for the next thing, and then allow it to be a different venue, a different path with a different person. So get yourself set up for the future. Take a break from the struggle and the conflict and the need to convince or convert anybody. Because one, is probably not going to happen, and two, you're using all of your energy being locked in a struggle that's keeping you held in place instead of moving forward. So that's the message for today. I hope you have a very blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weekend reading. Take care.